All right, so here's the deal. We moved into this house, what is it, 3 years ago or so, and it's this house has been added onto and renovated and changed over the years. I think the original owner, this was just like either a single family type cabin or it was a garage originally, then converted into a home. It's on a slab, so it's on a cement foundation, flat cement foundation. There's one bedroom down here, a bathroom, full bathroom down here, and then our kitchen and dining area. And then they added on a 2-story addition to the house, which made it a tri-level. And then we have more bedrooms and bathrooms upstairs, and then downstairs is our living room, and then we have like a basement area. Half of that is a basement. So I think originally the furnace being up here at this far end of the house, this is the far end of our house down here. And this is where all the furnace ductwork and everything is, the furnace sits. And then right up here, over there, it goes up into the attic, and that ductwork then runs from this end of the house through the attic, completely uninsulated, all the way to the other end of the house, and then down into the basement area of the addition, and then it heats the upstairs, downstairs, and then this section of the house also. There's no return airs in here in this side of the house, only in the other side of the house. We've got the new wood stove now. We'd like to you know, update this and change this and make this work right. And so it's going to start with a whole bunch of updates, utility updates in this closet. Let me take you through all the problems in here, what's going on with everything, and then we'll do a little bit of tear out today and get this thing kind of cleaned out and prepped and ready to start work. Okay, so back left corner is an electric water heater. Works great, nothing wrong with it, and it's been a good little water heater, but electric water heaters are extremely expensive to run, and this one has been no exception. It costs us hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of, probably thousands of dollars per year to run. Here it says $555 a year. That is a gross lie. That is on the very low end of the scale. So along with this water system, they used all CPVC for this. In the bottom here, you can see what's called a sidearm. This is where how we used to heat our hot water with that wood burner outside. And so I might try to save that, although I do think it is leaking because there's constantly water on the floor down here, and I think it's coming from there. But we'll try to save that, see if we can recover that and use it for another project. But you can see all the CPVC in here. There's all these pipes are all plastic piping. I absolutely hate plastic piping. I don't mind PEX sometimes, but I much prefer copper, and this is just horrible. Not even done well. And so we want to tear all this out of here and replace as much of this as I can with copper. Sitting right next to it, we have what's called a water softener. For those of you in other parts of the country or other countries, this is a salt water softener, and basically what this does, it uses salt to remove a lot of the minerals and other things from our water, because we have very hard water, has a lot of minerals in it. And so we fill it up with, that's what beeping here. You fill this up with salt, and you know, every month or so, and then it runs every night. And filters a lot of the minerals out of the water, and then the water passes through this, and then we have better tasting water. This was hooked up again just very quickly. I think it was just thrown in here as an add-on. The water softener works great, but you can see all these tubes just kind of stuffed up here and then run across the ceiling, and everything's all just crooked and mangled and a mess. We come to the furnace. It's not a good one, and it is a disaster. This has been one of the worst things in our home. It just does not heat the house well. The venting is all kind of goofy and not done well out the back of the house. Things are all duct taped together, just complete mess in here. This closet's very cold, and so, you know, everything is always just inefficient and cold back here. And then this runs up into our attic, and there's a huge hole on the side of it, so most of the heat escapes right into the attic. And then all the ductwork up here, this is the supply side of the ductwork. It's, you know, where the hot air is supposed to go to the rest of the house. Goes up into the attic, and then it, you know, goes through a 0 degree or 10 degree attic in the wintertime and cools all down before it gets to our room. So just a complete waste of energy, and it just all has to be redone. So we're going to tear this all completely out of here. We're going to tear the water heater out. We're going to tear the water softener out. We're going to tear the furnace and all the ductwork out, and all the wiring and all that stuff out of here. All this venting, all that stuff's going to come out. And then we have this nightmare over here, which is, this is actually the gas line, believe it or not. Gas comes in here, splits down to the furnace, and this is an appliance connector. It's like a 24-inch appliance connector that goes out in this nice kink, and it runs straight down out to the corner of the house outside, attaches to another appliance connector, and then hooks up to our automatic generator. So that has to be redone. We're going to get rid of all that gas piping, get rid of all that stuff. We're going to clean up all these tubes that are going outside. This is the water that goes out to our barn, this black hose right here. We also have, this is our well tank or expansion tank, and what this does is it helps to regulate the pressure of the well. So as the well pressures the tank up, and then it gives us a nice smooth water pressure throughout the house until it gets down low, and then it triggers a switch right over here, which tells the pump, the well pump, to come on and pressure that back up. There's a pressure gauge on the side of it. That has been acting up, so I'm going to replace that. We're going to get a bigger one of these, which will be nice. Outside of that, there's this little shelf cubby right over here, and I would like to just redesign this whole thing. So my plan is to take up this extra space on the end of the shower and make a wall that goes from here straight back, and I'm going to try to fit the majority of the utilities back in that area. I might have to design this a little differently, I'm not sure. First thing we need to do before we can do anything is tear all this junk out of here. I'm going to get rid of the ductwork. I might just throw all the ductwork out. It's so gross and messed up, but we'll see once we get it out of there if any of it's worth saving or not. We're going to be doing a lot of work in here over the next few months.
Her breath is making a whole...
We're making progress here. So with any ductwork, there's just basically two kinds of connectors. There's what's called an S cleat. That's this right here. It's actually, this one will come off for us. It's kind of shaped like an S. That's a dirty one. But that holds two pieces of straight sheet metal together. So straight sheet metal here and then a straight edge right like that. That will connect them together, and we'll run a screw through it to make the connection solid. When you're connecting two other pieces of ductwork, you can use this lip right here. I think that's if I remember correctly, it's 1/2 inch, I think. And then use what's called a drive cleat. And then that drive cleat slides right on there. And then of course on another one at the bottom and holds those nice and tight together. This ductwork is interesting because they used Phillips screws in some of these, which is, I've never seen anybody do before. Most of the time what you do is use a 1/4 inch or otherwise like a tech bit or a sheet metal screw like this. But anyway, as we're tearing things apart here, I found a window that I had no idea we had back here. So this might change everything, because that's actually a really cool old window. It looks like a single pane window with insulation stuffed on the back side of it. But maybe I could reopen that and we could actually have a window on the back side of the house for something, or maybe from the bathroom, I don't know. But this might change the renovation a little bit. So we'll finish taking this stuff apart and let's check it out and see what it looks like. All this crap in here. Beer cans. A plastic baseball bat. Water heater manual. That's where all the mice come from. Great. Discovering all kinds of interesting things in here. There's a hole where I'm sure many mice come in and out, and also some kind of water valve in the wall here to trace that down, figure out where it goes, and then another water line and a valve here. I don't know where that goes either. In there.
Wait, is there a rat in there? Todd, if there is a dead animal in here,
Not saying there's no dead animal in there, but
Please don't freak me out like that.
tell me when it goes off.
Still on.
Okay, that's the well, that's the sump. It's got to be one of these. Burner?
Oh, it's off.
Seriously?
Yeah.
It's on the barn circuit? Oh my gosh, I hate my life. Ew. Well, it is starting to look a little different in here. Look at that window. That's pretty cool. Looks like a, well, maybe a 50s window or something like that, probably single pane. And looks like they maybe built the wall out or just stuffed insulation in front of it between the siding. I'm not sure what they did in there, but I think that's mouse poop. So we made it up to the attic here, and I don't know how well you'll be able to see up here. This is the return air duct, and it has always been separated. You can see up inside there that it's separated in several spots, and it's just been sucking air out of the attic all this time, and it's just a mess. I mean, it's been sucking cold, dirty air out of there all winter long when this thing's running. So this is the duct that runs on top of the attic. Well, time to rip the rest out. I'll have to patch that ceiling up with something for now. Find a board or something, or plastic maybe I can tape over it. I'm gonna get the rest of this mess cleaned up down here, and then we'll be ready to start digging into all of our plumbing projects over here. My thought was, if I just 2x4 right off the end of this straight, or you know, I can wall over to here and then just leave one big opening. You have shelves that start like right here, go all the way around and end right at the wall.
Kind of like our pantry.
Kind of like our pantry. I could actually build
Could
them
we put
like
the pocket door over here so that we can have a towel bar right here for the shower?
This will be gone, that'll be gone. We'll just cover over that window, because that's probably why it's so cold in here.
Did they trim around the window with tape to paint, and they never even took the tape off?
Yeah, it's all the paint tape's all on the ceiling too.
That's the way it is in our bathroom too.
They just left the tape up there forever.
What in the world?
I don't know. This is the worst plumbing job I've ever seen. So. Well, this is going to be quite the project, that is for sure. It's nice to get into this though. I've been stressing about this since we moved in here, and I opened this closet and saw kind of the disaster that was behind it, and it's so nice to have that furnace out of here and just get ready to put that in downstairs and get the heating system all fixed and the hot water tank updated and all that good stuff. So this will start a video series that we'll be doing on all of these DIY projects. We're going to be doing the on-demand water heater installation. We'll do a video just on that, and of course I'll follow along with that and see how well it works, and I'll share that with you guys as well. And we're also going to be renovating this whole area and making a lot of extra closet space. The one thing this house does not have very much of is storage space, and so it'll be super nice to have a real big area in here we can use for extra pantry space, and also for all of our like towels and toiletries and extra comforters and pillowcases and all that kind of stuff. We really don't have a good space for that in the house at all. So the SSL family mom and I have kind of settled in on a pretty good little idea, I think, for how we're going to renovate this and change this around, add a couple doors and walls and things. And so I'm going to get online and start a little shopping. I've got a few things to buy. I'll get some things ordered from Home Depot and Amazon, and I'll share all the things that we're using to do all the plumbing, and I'll go through all that stuff with you guys here coming up shortly. This is going to be a project that will take a few months for me to finish. I'll do it off and on. I've got a lot of work to do in the attic, which I do not want to do when it's 80 or 90 degrees outside, because the attic is probably 120, 130 degrees, and so I don't want to be up there. So I'll wait until the cooler months, probably in September, to finish the heating and cooling part in the attic. We'll do most of the work in this closet here over the next month or so, though. So look forward to all those videos coming out as soon as, as soon as I get these things done. And so rainy days, this is where I'll be in here working on this stuff. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button as always, and of course subscribe if this is your first time here to the channel. Lots of good stuff coming up, DIY stuff, gardening things, farming things, animal things, all kinds of things. So love to have you tag along. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.